it comes to April, and she walks in the house. Dad's sitting there, just eating a tub of cookie dough on the couch.
We're gonna travel all the way to Tennessee to study music? Yeah.
Alright, so this part of the story, John Gerber, our music
Director.
he comes up to Mom with a brochure. He asks Mom, have you ever heard of the Annie Moses Band? Well, God in his awesome way had let us just see the Christmas PBS special for the Annie Moses Band. We didn't really know their name. We just saw hair flying around, and
Violins,
Mom was like,
piano,
that's
mandolin.
cool. So we watched it, and we were shocked at how well they played and stuff, and we didn't really look them up because we had seen the tail end, so we really didn't know who they were.
Well, I remember watching that TV special, and Mom said, one day, Casey, you will play violin like that. One day you girls will be like them. And little did we know that one day we would become best friends with them and
get to play alongside them.
Yeah, just work alongside them and them teach us.
John Gerber brought the brochure to Mom and goes, I found this on my desk. I don't know how it showed up. It just came up.
It had been 3 years since he had seen them perform.
3 years. Just think about how much stuff that thing should have been stuffed under. I mean, in my room, that would have been impossible to find. He said, this looks really interesting. I think you should check it out. It's in Nashville. So, Mom grabs the brochure and she's like, okay, thank you. She goes home and she looks at it some more, and she said,
it's the family.
I can just call,
But she realized it's the family we saw on TV.
Yeah.
But we had never, ever, ever traveled outside of Oklahoma for music.
No.
Never.
We went
and
on
so
vacation.
This was a really big deal to think. We're going to travel all the way to Tennessee to study music? Yeah.
So Mom calls up the number that was on the brochure. Annie answers the phone. And of course, Mom is just interrogating her. So how long is this? Where would my girls be? What would they do? Would they have their music beforehand? Where would we stay? And Annie was just so sweet to our mother. And answered. I bet she talked to Mom for about an hour and a half. Mom got all the answers that she thought she needed right then. And she took the brochure to Dad and said...
And Dad said, talk to the grandparents, see what they think. And so Mom took it to Papa, her dad, and told him what this was. And she said, it's just so far away. He said, well, will the girls learn? Will it be beneficial? Yeah. And she said,
probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said, Timmy D, then why would you not go? Why would you not try this and load up your girls?
Mom was just a little hesitant because it was her with 3 little girls traveling all that way. I mean, it's an 11-hour drive, 12-hour drive. Been in the car for that long. Oh my stars, that was such a
experience. We got to upgrade from a Denali to a van, our life got
so nice.
People don't think that's an upgrade, but when you travel 13 hours, when you have your own row of seats to lay on, that's an upgrade.
So we go to Nashville, and our world is just
shattered.
Callie's world was shattered.
My world was shattered.
So me and Cambry were in the younger division.
And
so
they
sent out the music. We were prepared. Mom was taking us to singing lessons 3 times a week.
It was another very humbling experience because we show up, and here in Oklahoma, we had been doted on. And when we show up to Nashville, we realize we're not the only fish out in the
minnow.
ocean.
I mean,
it's like a big fish that had been put in this small little fish, what's it called?
Pond?
Fish bowl. Oh. And then we get thrown out in the ocean and we realize, wow, there's rainbow fish out here. It was a very humbling experience for Mom, for us.
Callie barfed her way through the
first week of camp. I threw up. every morning. I was so stressed. I was overwhelmed. I had always been very prepared.
Like,
Why
again,
Callie
being
was
the
overwhelmed was because she got her music
when she got
when
there.
she got there.
It's a little scary when you show up and they hand you a stack of music that thick and they're like, memorize this, see you tomorrow.
But I had been the oldest in our little group, and so I'd always been the one that was prepared, knew what was coming up. Here in the upper track, I was in 6th grade. I was 12 years old, and it went all the way up to college kids. So I was definitely on the younger side of it. Mom was in tears every day because she saw how bad I was struggling. Mom was going to people and saying, I will pay you $20
to practice with my child.
To practice with my child for 30 minutes because she didn't know how to help me.
Well, I was actually in both. I was in younger division and I was in older division. The first week I was all the way through younger division. It was a really large learning experience.
I'd say though the biggest thing, the Annie Moses Band, they started this camp with the desire to take back the arts for the glory of God. They were seeing how the arts were being used to further messages
that the world wanted to.
Yes, of darkness and just loneliness. This was their mission, and this was life-changing for us. I mean, we had that heart, that mission too, to use our gifts to glorify God, but the standard they had for excellence and the standard they
People
had...
People would cut 2 days before the show if they didn't have their stuff learned.
And the standard that they had for what you were capable of. Boy, our socks got blown off. We thought we were hitting the standard that we could hit, and they just raised the bar even higher, pulled us up to help us meet that bar and see what we could do. When we came back, we had decided we were never doing that again. We came back to Oklahoma, and the shows were incredible.
But we didn't realize how incredible they were because we were in the twister.
All we could remember was
the hacking.
Was the hard part of it and the work it took. The tears that were shed, literally the throwing up that was done. I mean, everything. When we were up in Nashville, Mom was by herself in tears. She was overwhelmed.
She would call Papa in between classes.
She called Papa and she said, this is hard. She's crying and she's like, I can't do this. And he said, well, do you just need to come home?
She goes, no.
And she said, no, we can't come home. We have to do this. Papa said, well, then if you're going to stay there, you can do this. Make the best of it. Learn. Grow through this, And Mom's like, okay. But when we came back, our standard was much higher for what we could accomplish at our age of 12.
The harmonies we were learning. Yeah.
And
so
12, 10, and
our
8.
Yes.
So we got the DVD back of the final show.
Oh, okay, yes.
Show that we did in Nashville. We watch it, and Mom and I look at each other and go,
that was pretty good.
This is really good. John Gerber comes up to Mom. It's summer. The next summer he goes, are y'all going back to Nashville? Mom goes, no. The Lord has told me no.
I keep praying about it, but I'm not hearing anything.
Just so gently, Timmy D, keep praying about it. Mom's like, okay, I'll keep praying about it. But I'm pretty sure the answer's no. He would just do that constantly.
Every 2 weeks.
Constantly.
Just come up.
And
hey, Timmy D.
Anyway, the Lord said yes. And so
we went back.
And we have gone back every year since.
I think this will be our 10th year coming up.
No, we're past 10.
We're past 10. We're so old.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not for sure.
We need to ask the Merritt girls. They'll know. So we started taking lessons at the conservatory, and that's when we started the whole recording process, which was just a ringer through the first time. I mean,
that first recording process, 7 songs. Miss Robin was an angel. She was so
poor patient. Jeremiah too. He had to listen to us a whole lot.
She was so patient with us, encouraged us, and we were all thrilled with our first recording. Yeah. It turned out beautiful.
Well, during this process, we were like, we're going to be threefold chord. That's what our name is. That's what we're going to do.
Miss Robin approached us about changing our name. approached us about going through the branding process.
That was the best process we could have gone through. James Muriel, the person we worked with for branding, he was fantastic. Did a great job.
He was British.
He gave us two avenues we could go down. We could go down like the more warmer route or more like magnolia pastel. And Mom was like,
the warm
route, that
was,
one won't work.
Yeah.
We need to go down the warm one.
Because it was bold,
like passionate colors,
yes,
like red,
and that's very luscious.
Very natural, like wood beads. He had a few options for us to choose, and he had Rose Rock Soul. Wow, that kind of sounds like a rock band.
Hip hop or like
exactly.
soul.
Alex was like, ooh,
Rose Rock.
Rose Rock. And so through a whole process of elimination,
Casey came up with Daughters, didn't you?
I don't remember. So
Somebody
Rose
came
Rock
up with
Daughters was born. I did not know about that. I was like, we'll see if this sticks or not.
But it was really cool
I
to see
like
how
it.
we got to use threefold cord too during this process.
Yeah.
Because we just felt like that was so much a part of us that we wanted to still use it. So we were able to do like
make that our foundation.
Yeah, our foundation, and then do
That's
like a branch
what
off.
everything is
into, like,
put
Rose
under.
Rock
That's the
Daughters.
LLC. After we recorded, we realized the need for more vocal
Help.
technique help. So we were connected through the FASA, Fine Arts Summer Academy, now called the Annie Moses Summer Music Festival. We were connected with Mary Palmer, who lives in North Carolina. She's a godsend.
Hey, Mary Palmer has been so instrumental
Yes.
in our group and in us growing. And so she became our new vocal coach. And she really encouraged us to start teaching, to start looking at that. As we were looking at Oklahoma, we really felt like what we had been given and the instruction we had received and such from Tennessee, from North Carolina, from all these places, that we were to pour into the next generation here in Oklahoma. And so we actually teach 34 classes every week. And so we have students ourselves that we are pouring into, that we are training them to master the stage. Our mission not only is to help raise up a skillful generation here where we are at, but also one that can go forth and know how to take over a stage confidently for the glory of God with a message that honors Him.
Coming to the more recent times, we recorded our second album, God of the Mountain. If you want to kind of hear a few more stories about that, I think those were in other vlogs. If they weren't, we'll make another vlog.
We really felt like God was leading us for our second recording to do a sacred CD and to use the hymns that are full of just beautiful lyrics, beautiful truths, beautiful music that is just lifts up the words.
And then we have music videos.
Oh yes,
Those are so much fun.
and
I think I would say that's like my favorite part of the creative process is getting to do the music videos. Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
That's a whole lot of fun.
God has been very gracious
You can
to
see
us.
God throughout this whole story.
Yes.
Just like,
It was totally not our plan, not our parents' plan. God brought in the people into our lives whom we needed. But our mother was very dedicated to seeking the Lord and to praying, and taught us to pray and to seek the Lord. And it's been incredible what He has allowed us to take the journey on. And so
we're so excited that y'all have decided to kind of join in on this journey that we're going through, even though we don't know what we're doing. Sometimes we're just happy to share the ride with y'all. So don't forget to
Subscribe and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
and hit the notifications
button. Bell.
bell. All right, we'll see y'all later.
yes.
See ya.